Hello, everyone. This is Jeanette Shaliga with VGA, and I am here with my wonderful friend, Cathie Sherwood. Hi, Cathie.
Hi, Jeanette. Lovely to be here.
I know. So, Cathie, do you want to tell everyone how we first got to meet each other?
We first met through Progen 49. We
Mhm.
had the most fabulous group, and all of us have remained friends even after the program finished. So it's been coming up to 2 years, it'll be this year in May,
Yeah.
since we first met. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it goes for so long. Like I forgot that it had started in the springtime, before our assignments, because we had the pre-assignment ahead of time and everything. So,
Exactly.
Cathie, in case people didn't pick up on your accent, can you tell them where you're where you're dialing in from today?
I'm dialing in from Australia, from Queensland. I live on the outskirts of Brisbane, which is the capital city of Queensland. And Queensland is known for being beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Aw. So if anyone wants to go visit, then we know who to call here
Exactly.
we're in Australia.
Yeah. Visitors are always welcome. Well, just ring beforehand. That's all.
So I know that you've been involved in a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about that for sure. But have you had a chance to work on your own family history lately?
Not lately. The last thing I did was actually 2 years ago. I was in Salt Lake City for a couple of months. I went there for SLIG and SLIG Academy and stayed for Roots Tech. And I was writing my thesis for my diploma in family historical studies. So that meant that I could just walk up the road when it wasn't snowing to the family history library, just the best experience ever, and could keep working on the research for my family. I submitted my thesis in September and received an excellent for the thesis on my family, which I was thrilled about.
I know, I remember. I was so proud and happy for
I
you.
know.
When you wrote your thesis, was it on one family? Like, or
it, it was. You had to do 3 generations of the family in Australia. So my first generation arrived in Australia in 1822, which is very early because the first fleet arrived in 1788. So it was, only 30 something years after the arrival of the first fleet.
Mhm.
So they came as free settlers. They were given a land grant, and then from there it was 2 generations in the state of New South Wales, and the third generation, which was my great grandfather, they moved to Queensland.
That's neat. And are any of those people your favorite ancestor that you worked on with your thesis?
Oh, definitely. So
Yeah.
the first ancestor is my third great grandfather, James Phillips. I know nothing about his family, his parentage, nothing. But James was obviously an educated man. He was in the Peninsular War and at the Battle of Waterloo, and he served in the Commissariat, which was the organisation that provided food and etc. to the troops. He wrote letters all the time. So one of the things that I'll show you from the National Archives talk I'm going to do is his letters that are in the National Archives in London, and one that is to him from the Duke of Wellington,
Wow.
which is just special. So he's my favourite
He's
ancestor.
your favorite. I love
He
it.
is.
I love
Yeah.
it. So you, as I mentioned earlier, you have so much exciting things happening right now. Recently, it was just announced that you were appointed as a director for the Association of Professional Genealogists Board. This is amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I have to say that I'm still a bit gobsmacked by that. I was really astounded. I mean, I'm thrilled, and it's a huge honour. I really am so appreciative of being asked to nominate for the vacancy, and I'm finding my feet, but I'll get there. One of the things that I am really pleased about, though, is that I'm chair of the website committee for APG, and I think that that's going to be quite a critical committee to help bring members back into the fold.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to see what you do with that. And I feel
Thank
like
you.
I'm gobsmacked for you because I'm like, I know her. This is
Yeah,
wonderful.
it was
Congratulations
exciting.
again. And
Yeah.
also, you launched, if I'm correct, was it last year that it started? So you launched what's you titled Family History Academy, which provides genealogy courses. Can you tell our listeners or people who are watching us about that?
So I started Family History Academy simply because of COVID. Like so many others, we all had to go to virtual learning. And I wanted to do the kind of learning that sort of sat in between a webinar that Legacy does beautifully or an institute that you might get at GRIP or SLIG or any one of the others. I wanted to find that middle ground. So that's how Family History Academy grew, from that one little thought. And I was very fortunate, though, too, that the first presenter I had was Tom Jones, who
Mhm.
I'm sure everybody knows. And Tom agreed to do a session for me on adapting Microsoft Word to genealogical writing. So from that course, which was offered 6 times last year, it was so popular, Family History Academy has grown. So that this year we have Tom back again. He's doing master classes for me as well for Family History Academy. Judy Russell, Jeanette Schleger is doing something for me as well. So excited. And a whole Annette Little, others, so many fabulous presenters this year doing courses or workshops, interactive workshops. And again, they're all online because I'm in Australia, they have to be online. Um, so there will be a couple of new ones in there, one with Annette Little on essential speaker skills and another one with Kimberly Powell, who's just fabulous. And we're doing design thinking for genealogy education. So again, new courses.
Wonderful. And if, because you said they're via Zoom, if someone can't attend the live session, are they recorded if they pay for the course?
They are. They're recorded for 2 weeks. You get the recording for 2 weeks, except for the best practices study group that's being coordinated by Annette Little. And it is recorded, the recording is available for a month. And you also get fabulous syllabus documents and handouts because all our presenters do such great work.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us in case somebody hasn't yet heard about the Family History Academy. So go check it out. So lastly, before we wrap this up, you are going to be doing a program for VGA titled Exploring the National Archives for the UK. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to learn in that presentation?
Well, I think that for all of us at some stage, if you have British ancestors, you have to cross the water. And the National Archives, if you're going to do any research relating to any of your British ancestors, the National Archives is where you need to go. For Australians, Canadians, even Americans, South Africans, it's the one go-to place for records. 1,000 years of history there. Um, some is online, some is not, but learning how to use the catalogue and discovering what is available, I think, is critical to getting the most out of what is probably one of the best archives in the world. Seriously.
I love what you were saying because you're right. If you don't know what they have, you wouldn't know whether or not it's online or if you wanted to hire a local researcher to help do a record pull for you. But if you have no idea, then you'll never find that record,
No.
which
And
apparently has some great letters of your favorite ancestor.
there is. There's that fabulous letter in there from the Duke of Wellington to my ancestor. So you'll get to see that. But that one's not digitized, sadly.
But so you've been to visit?
I've been to visit probably half a dozen times. I've been to the archives and spent multiple days there. I love it. I'll talk a little bit about the process of how you actually get to go and research there, and also what's available if you're only doing it online, which I guess at the moment many of us are. Though the archives is now open, they're now open for in-person visits. So
Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much, Cathie, for doing this little interview. And I'm sure everyone's going to be super excited to watch your upcoming program for VGA and learn what the National Archives in the UK has to offer.
My
So
pleasure. I look forward to seeing everybody.
thank you.